Hi everyone, it's only Possum. Well, I'm just making a little short video today. Today's the 3rd of May 2010 and I'm 58 today. Today's my birthday. I've been on this planet and on this earth for 58 years, so most of those 58 years have been very happy in my life, bar about 10 years of it. So 48 years out of 58, that's not bad going, I'd say. I am feeling my years. Takes me a little bit longer to climb the steps behind me there to go up the toilet, but I suppose that's how life goes on. You don't get any younger, you get older. Yeah, I woke up this morning, went outside, had a cup of coffee, a couple of smokes. My beautiful daughter's still asleep upstairs in bed, but at least I've got my beautiful daughter over here in the morning. I wake up, I'm 58, so she'll probably come down the stairs later on with a blanket wrap around her and put her arms around me and give me a hug and say, I love you, Dad, happy birthday. So that'll make my day. That's all I need today, is someone that loves me and someone I love to put their arms around me and say, I love you. So, yeah, I'm just going to have to spend a quiet day at home here and nothing much planned for the day. I've got a friend visiting later to pick up a computer that I fixed up, so we'll have a bit of a yarn for half an hour. And if she brings her daughter over, she'll be able to have a bit of a play with Steffi, so yeah, get Steffi off the bloody computer for a little while. Yeah, guys, like I said, I'm 58 today. I was born on the 3rd of May 1952 in southern Queensland, Australia, in a town called Warwick, or a city called Warwick. It's down near the Darling Downs, probably about an hour and a half outside of Brisbane, towards the Granite Belt. I come from a large family. There's 8 in my family. I'm the eldest boy, and yeah, life hasn't been very easy. When we were young and went to primary school, we couldn't even afford shoes for our feet. My dad and mum, who are no longer with us, he was a very hard worker. He used to work 7 days a week to feed his family, and when I started at high school, Stanthorpe State High School, back in the 60s, middle 60s, of a weekend we used to go picking fruit for $10 a day. And we had to go out and work because Dad was the only one working. Mum looked after the family, and if I needed a pair of pants for high school, I had to go and work for $10 a day to buy them. I think the pants would cost me about $15, so 1.5 days work, picking grapes, picking fruit, chipping, fencing, you name it. But we went to school Monday to Friday and went out working Saturday and Sunday. So, and same thing happened when I was in high school. And when I left high school at grade 10 in 1968, I think it was, I got a job at Anderson's Meatworks in Mullingarra. And after about 3 months, they promoted me to a position called what they call tally clerk, because I was good with figures and maths. I was a tally clerk in the boner room, and I did that job for until I was 20. And I worked that job Monday to Friday, and we went out picking fruit Saturday and Sunday. So we didn't have much excitement in as far as nightlife goes. Our excitement was a dance in what we called the Blue Hall in Mullingarra once a month, and we went there as a family to the dance, and we had a good night. And on the 26th of September 1972, I got drafted. I got drafted in what Australia calls the National Service. And it was a pretty bit of a culture shock to me and my family and all my friends. You know, to leave a job that I was in for 5 years and loved and worked hard, and to be drafted into the army and leave my hometown. So, but after the first month in the army, and when I come home, I turned from a boy into a man. And I can remember the day I turned up at midnight from the bus from Singleton in New South Wales and walked from the border gates down to our house and knocked on the door, and my parents turned the light on and opened the door up, and all the kids, all my brothers and sisters, and they seen me standing there in my uniform. I think it was the proudest day of their life and my life, and I'll always remember it. So they were very proud of their son wearing a uniform. Lovely mum and dad. I then spent 12 years in the army. I elected to stay in and do another 12 years. Most of those 12 years I spent in Townsville, which was my first posting, except for 12 months, 14 months in Singleton. I ended up getting out of the army and found it very hard to come back into civil society, because in those days, back in the early 80s, people didn't want to employ people from the army because we were too disciplined. So it took me 6 months, and I got a job that I'd never ever done before in my life, and that was in sales. So I was a sales rep for 3 or 4 different companies for the next 12 years, and I excelled in sales. I used to work for Arnott Snack Foods, which then became Frito-Lay, which is your chips. I worked for them for 6.5 years, and I became a top gun of Queensland in sales. So I was Arnott's top gun, and I have the memories on the wall up here of it and a few photos. So after about 12 years in sales, I retired from sales, and I ended up going into IT and computers. I run my own business part-time, and then I got a job with Telstra, with a company that's CitySearch, citysearch.com.au, which is a part of Telstra, Yellow Pages, White Pages, as a web consultant, IT consultant, website layout advisor, whatever name they could decide to call it. They changed it in about 3 names, but it was all to do with IT and internet and web design for businesses and small businesses. And I did that job. That job was for all businesses Australia-wide. I met a lot of friends in that job, made a lot of friends, and loved the job. I didn't class it as a job. To me, it was doing something that I loved doing, so it wasn't a job. And after 5.5 years with CitySearch, we all became retrenched. I then took a month off work, and just vegged out for a month, and went and got my DA and become a school bus coach driver for Herman Park Bus Service in Townsville. And I was with Herman Park Bus Service for 4.5 years, going on 5 years, and I left Herman Park, and I'm now in my current job, which I love. I'm a people person, and I like to be around people. Coming from the sales area, I like people around me, and yeah, so I'm doing very well. I love my job, and I work hard. I basically do that to give my daughter a good education, and she's doing very well at school, and I don't mind paying $300 a month to give my daughter an education. At least she's got something that I didn't have when I was young. So, and I think she's grown up into being a nice young girl. She goes to a Christian school, and they got very high values, and yeah. But she's turned into a teenager now, so I've got some good things to look forward to in the next 5 years. So guys, that's about it. Like I said, today's the 3rd of May. I'm 58. I'll just continue working hard for the next couple of years. I've got plans. I've got a lot to do with my life. I hope those plans come to fruition. But I just live the quiet life for the next couple of years, save up, do what I want to do, give my daughter an education, and keep surviving day to day in this climate in this country. So